Somebody already got kicked. Dope. Somebody already got kicked. Dope.
Say the wrong thing and get the bags. With the force of everything that I have. Say the wrong thing and get the bags. Oh, now you niggas salty and you mad. Niggas say the wrong thing and get thrown out the conversation. Throw up two fingers and tell them, please don't keep the drama away. Bye. Donate to the cause and hit the cash app. And if you ain't got it, them likes are free. Go and smash that. BBN, hit that with a hashtag. Sick with the content, come around and need a hazmat. Jack Frost, yeah, you dudes need to back off. He got the work around here, yeah, we all tip our hats off. Keep the same name, that's what you point for. But if you coming back in, put a 2.0. Big bags, and you asking what they heavy for. Foot and ass be going hella crazy with the petty wars. Good conversation, that's what we be really ready for. The conversation like being on the bottom of a heavy whore. Nah, why niggas be like that? I unsubscribe and tell them, yo, hey, I'll be right back. Say the wrong thing and get the bags. With the force of everything that I have. Say the wrong thing and get the bags. Oh, now you niggas salty and you mad. Niggas say the wrong thing and get the bags. With the force of everything that I have. Say the wrong thing and get the bags. Oh, now you niggas salty and you mad. Niggas say the wrong thing.
Yeah, bags. We just kicked that guy straight out the door. We don't got time for that. We hold those over here. Who the fuck is that dude? Hold on. Can we get bags in the chat? Y'all don't see it, but somebody got hit with bags. Can we get all the bags?
BBN Jack Frost, what's up, party? Not a lie in the camera. What's up, party people? I hope everybody's having a beautiful morning. Okay, so real quick, I just want to let everybody know what's going on. We had no Tonight Show last night. I don't like the fact that all of our content seems to be this freaking case involving straight drop in the rest of these guys. And so I either got to do one of two things. I have to either create more fucking content, because I don't like the fact that all of my fucking content is this one subject. So I either got to create more content, or I don't know what the fuck. I got to create more content. So therefore, since I have to create more content, I was just looking at this the other day. I looked at like my previous couple of videos, especially the lives, and I saw that the majority of the thing that we discuss is something that does not even happen in New York City. So I said we need to change it. Obviously, we in New York City, so we need to change some of the content. So that's why today we will be talking about that subject, because there's nothing that I could do if there's a new breaking development. But at the same time, I also want to talk about some things that are inside of New York City. And so I want to lead off this particular video talking about, and it's going to take 2 seconds because this isn't something that we have much on, but I want to open up the discussion on, if y'all don't mind, something that's going on with Jim Jones. I just want to let y'all know, I'm going to say something about Jim Jones real quick and Benny the Butcher. This is funny. And we actually have some updates on Pop Smoke for everybody that don't know. So that's what's going to be going on in this video. We have some updates on Pop Smoke. We got some things going on about Benny the Butcher. And then we're going to go on from there. So real quick, remember the other day how I said no rapper should be going to the politicians and having a discussion about the shit that's happening in the street. And the reason why they shouldn't be doing that is, unless you could turn around to these kids and tell these kids to stop shooting each other up, and these kids stop shooting each other up, you cannot go and then go speak on the side, or at least for these people that you have no influence over. Do you understand? You can't go speak for people you have no influence over. So when, and this is not a knock on anybody, I'm not speaking negatively about any of the rappers that actually went to the meeting. I'm just saying where I think things could have been improved. What I'm saying is, when you go speak to this politician about something that involves a group of people, you have to have influence over these group of people. If you don't, the conversation with the politicians moot. It doesn't matter. It's for nothing. You understand what I'm saying? Politicians deal with you dependent on your influence. Do you understand what I'm saying? So Jim Jones has a thing that he's doing that I think is more along the lines of what makes more logical sense, at least to me. What he said he's going to do is, But Jim Jones didn't say this. I seen this video somewhere of somebody that's saying that they work with Jim Jones. And the thing that they're gonna go do is that they're gonna create some drill music album that's gonna have drill music artists from Chicago, New York, and UK. And it's not gonna be about violence and killing. That's the way to go. That's how to be a leader. Clap it up for Capo. I wanted to say that. I got more to say on that, but we got to get to the actual title of the video. Maybe we drop a 10-minute video on that today. I have to drop more 10-minute videos. I do not put out enough, and it's not funny. I gotta put out more. I make them, and then I don't think they're good. I'm gonna put them out whether I think they're good or not. With that being said, my harshest critic. With that being said, well, I make the audio, then sometimes I don't like the audio. The other day I made an audio that I loved, and I almost lost the audio, and it took me forever to get it back. I dropped that video. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. With that being said, I want to say something about Benny the Butcher real quick before we get into the actual content about Young Dolph and that shit going on over there, because that's bananas. There's some chick accusing Benny the Butcher of stealing her earrings, yo. No, you can't script this shit. I don't know if it's true. He might have stole the damn earrings. What the hell do I know? This shit is retarded. I'm saying all that to say this. A lot of times these artists are targets. So I'm not saying it actually happened. But also, a lot of these artists say they got money that they don't. So, as far as I know, he could have bought her the earrings. She could have been on some other type of time. And the nigga could have been like, nah, give me back my earrings. And now she talking about he stole it. So we don't even know the situation. I just want to be clear on this. I just thought that was funny. I'm going to do roll call in 1 minute. I just thought that was funny. Like, what in the hell? You know, right after we do roll call, we get into the show. So I'm going to do roll call in 1 minute. And if anybody want to drop some comments, do it right now. Yo, that's crazy. Like, because 9 times out of 10, I wouldn't be surprised if Benny the Butcher just brought her the fucking, bought her the earrings. Or brought earrings that wasn't even for her. He just got some earrings that when he's with some shorty, you got to look fly. Like, I'm going to say some real shit. Like, if I was like these niggas, if I was these rapping niggas, I'm telling you right now, whatever shorty I'm dating, I like a specific type. So the majority of the shorties I like and I'm going to be interested in are either going to be athletic and similar height or going to be short and they're going to be thick. That's just my type. That's what I like. I'm not saying I wouldn't date a female that's of something different, but I like females that are athletic. I mean, she can be short and athletic too. I like females that's athletic, and I like females that are short and kind of thick. Like, that's my stat. That's what I like. And brown skin. I mean, they could be whatever color skin. I like light skinned girls too. It is a whole fact out here. you could even be Caucasian. With that being said, let's do roll call real quick, and then let's get into the show. Shout out to Prince to Amir. He says, good morning, everyone's. He drops no frost, by the way. Shout out to Jay Hedges. He says, morning, BBN fam and Jake Frost. And he's dropping us a frost. Let's go. Shout out to Prince to Amir, making up for not dropping that frost by putting the cash app into the chat. Let's go. Shout out to Claire Squared. She says, good morning, BBN and Frost. Everybody's dropping frost except for Prince to Amir. Shout out to Sebastian Tompkins. He says, good morning, BBN fam Jack. Dropping frost. What up, Black Power Cross? He says, top of the top. He must be freaking Prince to Amir's brother from another mother. He has dropped 0 frost also. He says, short and thick sounds like one hell of a Latino to me. I like Latinos. I ain't gonna lie. My first crush in kindergarten, I guess that's what you want to call it. She was, I think they had me in Head Start. I don't think I really ever went to kindergarten. I think it's a long story, but because of where my birthday is, I started first grade at 5 years old. You understand what I'm saying? So I started first grade at 5 years old because of where my birthday was. So when I started first grade, everybody else was 6. I was 5. So anyway, that's a whole nother story. So there go Prince to Amir dropping those frosts. I'm just fucking with you, homie. You already know what it is. Hold on, let's get to it. So short and thick. So. Or athletic. I like athletic. I like athletic, similar body. Similar, like, not body, similar, like, height. Like, I still want to be a little bit taller. But I've dated chicks that I thought was taller than me. And I dated chicks that was 100% tall. But she was a model. So, does that really count? Like, you dating a model, she could be taller than you, right? Anyway, okay, fuck it. That's a whole nother subject. I'm not getting to that. So, The first thing I want to say, you did not read that wrong. I'm going to put the title card up again. You did not read the first name on the docket. It is Key Glock. You did not read the first name on the docket wrong. For everybody that don't know, you see that smoke coming out of the cup that turns into the names. I wish I had better graphics, but that's basically what that's supposed to be. That's Key Glock name first, and that's the first name on the docket. You did not read that wrong. I want to be clear on something. And so, I am not accusing anyone of anything. What I'm saying is that there's a conversation being had, and we're going to be a part of that conversation. I'm not accusing anyone of anything. But, also at the same time, I would like for us to keep an open mind in both directions. Now listen. CEO TZ is one of the new people who is now a person of interest in the murder of Young Dolph. CEO TZ is actually cool with Key Glock. This is not the first person who's cool with Key Glock. Now, hold on. I'm going to have to go back and inform y'all about some shit. Do y'all remember when this first started and I said, yo, this might not even be CMG? Like, I know everybody's trying to say this is CMG. I was like, yo, this might not even be CMG. This might be some people that, know that because there's a beef going on with another entity, if they do something to you, that you're going to blame that other entity because there's already an ongoing beef. That happens all the time. It happens a lot over here, personally. But niggas be saying, anyway, that's neither here nor there. That happens all the time. So apparently, there's another gang. A whole nother niggas. I forgot their name. I'm so sorry. But apparently there's another gang. CEO TZ is a part of that gang. The person who actually started that gang, D Money, I believe his name was, he passed away, he got killed. Him and Dolph was like this. Him and Dolph was on the come up together. What ends up happening is he ends up going to jail. When he comes out, I think he ended up going to jail. When he comes out, there's a situation that happens where he gets killed. CEO TZ now becomes head of the organization. CEO TZ is said to have some situation going on with Young Dolph. You want to know who else was a part of that organization? Straight Drop. I think a day or a week or something like that, shortly before Young Dolph was killed, Key Glock did a video with one of the ops of CEO TZ. Now hold on, because there's a lot of stuff I'm trying not to say because some of the stuff leads into another big rapper name that I don't want to bring into this yet because, I mean, we mention him from here to there, but I think that this information hits harder with that person excluded from the conversation. Other people, I've seen them have the conversation, similar conversation with the person's name added. And I think it takes away. So we're not going to discuss the person's name. I'm not sure who MTZ is. I'm just getting up on CEO TZ. So hold on. We got a little ways to go before we get to the main point. We got a little ways to go. Hold on. Now we need to rewind for one moment. When did all of this shit start happening? What did I tell y'all before these dudes got a lawyer? Do y'all remember what I told y'all before Cornelius Smith and Straight Drop got lawyers? The videos are still up, so it's not hard for anybody that wanted to go look at some of our old videos talking about this where you could be like, damn, this nigga Jack called everything. This nigga Jack, everything this nigga Jack say happened. What did I tell y'all? The judge wasn't saying to them, I'm giving you another week to find a lawyer because we think you're going to get a lawyer. The judge was saying, well, the police or the feds or whoever's busting y'all niggas, they're not ready to go yet. So I'm not going to press you. I'll give you a couple of more days. Because the niggas that's about to go start arresting niggas and rounding the people up, they not ready yet. So the other day we had a video and I was saying, yo, is this nigga Cornelius Smith snitching? One, I think he's snitching. Let's just be clear on that. But two, and more importantly, I believe that the police already had the information to lock up maybe 10, 15, 20 more people right now if they feel like it. Notice, they're not saying they're wanted, the warrant is for murder or for anything that actually pertains to the Young Dolph case. They're saying, well, these people are wanted for other shit. But, you know, we also want to ask them about the Young Dolph situation. If you want to really pay attention to the significance of that, if you want to hear what I got to say about why that's significant, when the hell do they ever say, well, this person got a warrant and we want to arrest them, but, you know, we really want to talk to them about some whole other shit? These niggas been had warrants. So you wasn't even trying to catch these guys before? These are serious crimes these dudes are accused of having committed. Y'all just had warrants for them, but it wasn't even an attempt to pick them up. Think about how many people had warrants on them that are involved in this case. Not was suspected of being involved in a crime. Warrants. Young Dolph could literally be alive right now if the police did their job. If the police did their job and followed through with some of these warrants, Young Dolph would literally be alive right now. Because the idiots they got to do it, half of them will be in jail. Remember, Straight Drop had warrants too. Am I wrong? Let's see what we talking about in the comment section. Black Power Cross salute. He says, so it's 8 suspects and more on the way. My dude, every time we open the doors, more suspects. Black Power Cross says, so they're offering $2,000 for a warrant. They're actually, look, listen, pay attention. That's a great point you just brought up, by the way. Shout out to Lex Luke. He says, good morning. And he's dropping all of those frosts. That's the way to do it. You got to drop frosts at all times. Y'all should be dropping frosts even when y'all in comment sections that ain't here. Y'all should just be dropping frosts. Hold on. Let me say something real quick. Listen, pay attention. I'm going to address that shit right now. So they had warrants out for these niggas' arrests for how long? And now they finally want offering $2,000 just because they want to have a conversation. Shout out to the business. You could always expect appreciate the business and his deliverance. Deliverance. I think that's a word. Or making sure that he drops a frost every time. He's making sure all of the frosts get dropped. He's dropping multiple different incarnations of a frost. Hold on. We ain't there yet. Also, let's hit that like button. Let's send out some notifications. See if we could let some of our brothers and sisters that didn't get an invitation yet know that we live. Hold on. Listen. Pay attention. Listen. Pay attention. Listen. Pay attention. When was the last time you seen them have warrants out for a nigga's arrest? Then all of a sudden, no new anything in the old case that the warrant is actually the arrest is for. No new in that case. But then now all of a sudden they just start offering money. When the fuck does that happen? When does that happen? Oh, but we also want to talk to him about some random other thing that has nothing has nothing to do with the monies though. When does that happen? Shout out to Black Power Cross with the $5 drop. He says, dropping frost, bro. Appreciate you. He's trying to start off the chain reaction. Black Power Cross says, who's next? Usually when I do that, I'm talking to the actual supporters of the channel. So the people who are not supporters of the channel, Y'all, I'm not talking to y'all. Shout out to Devin Beachwood. He says, good mornings. Then he's dropping a cup of coffee. He says, yeah, I got my coffee with me, Frost. How about you? But do you got your coffee with the frost on it so you can secretly tell people to F off when they're talking to you? They start talking, you just put the frost up. Let them secretly tell them, get out of here. Listen, pay attention. But I just wanted to mention that. That was a great point that Black Power, of course, brought up. When the fuck do they do that? I don't know about them doing that. These guys already had a warrant out for their arrest. So now all of a sudden, because they want to talk to them about some case that they're just persons of interest. Okay, so hold on. Let's talk about these dudes getting a lawyer now. Listen. Every week, every day that they gave them extra to find a lawyer, they're not really trying to really wait for these niggas to find a lawyer. The judge don't got to do that. The case got to go on, and there's just proceedings you can't have unless there's legal representation. Copy? Shout out to El Prez. He says, salute, Frost, BBN fam, dropping Frost. And he says, let's be great, everyone. Everyone, let's be great. You was checking out the federal inmate outfit, though? What up, Katie Cam? Listen, pay attention. I told y'all, they don't care if these niggas get lawyers or not. They want these niggas to talk. There's proceedings that they need to do, so that's the only reason why they need to get these niggas lawyers. While they was still doing the investigation outside, the feds and whoever working on this case, they just wasn't ready. That's why when they got lawyers, now all of a sudden you start seeing people getting arrested. Nobody might not be snitching. You understand? They've been having these dudes under surveillance for how long? These guys are on social media saying everything. What do you think is happening when they're just across the street watching these fools? What do you think is going on when they just got their phones tapped listening to these dudes talking that say everything that's going on fucking Instagram? Nobody might not yet really be snitching. They might be bringing information to Cornelius Smith, and he might be saying what he knows about it. That's snitching. Don't get that confused. But Cornelius might not even know enough to know enough. He don't even got a nickname. Clear Square says, I need some coffee. I have a new puppy and she got me up every 2 hours. Might have to bring out the pot. The whole pot. What the fuck? So, I get it. Like, I thought about that the other day. I was like, yo, wait, hold on. I think Cornelius is talking. Don't get it confused. But these niggas they just arrested, they been had eyes on them. Them niggas that they just issued warrants for, they been had eyes on them. They're just ready to wrap this shit up. That's it. They're ready to go after the niggas. They're ready to let the niggas that they're gonna go after know they're gonna go after them. That's what they ready to do. Copy? Now, I'm about to hit you with something incredible. Pay attention. You think Moneybagg Yo really own all of those cars? I'm gonna let you sit with that for a second. Because I wasn't gonna bring him into this. But there's no choice in order for me to continue the conversation. I didn't even tell you I needed any likes. Y'all listening? Think Moneybagg Yo owns all of those cars? I'm gonna put you on the game. These rappers, they have a lot of money at their access. Don't get it confused. But a lot of those cars, they still don't own them. A lot of those cars are owned by other people. A lot of those cars are given to them as gifts so they could go take pictures with the cars when they go places as promotion for the car brand. Do you understand what I'm saying? You, Lil Wayne, you think Lil Wayne got to go buy a Maybach? You think Jay-Z has to buy a Maybach? You don't think Maybach isn't pulling up on Jay-Z like, yo, we got this new car. There's only 100 in the world. We let Jay-Z get the car. That's 50, 60, 70 million dollars in promotion. Because the people that's gonna buy the car, they not watching television. No, you don't see no Maybach commercials. You understand? So I say all that to say this. Listen, they took those cars are leased, but dude has great taste. Absolutely. Clear Square says they're gonna do crazy drug busts in Memphis now too. Absolutely. It could be other snitches and they're gonna be locking people up in the chop shop ring. Okay, so hold on. All I'm saying is this. Listen and pay attention. All of those cars got shipped out. Somebody is feeling shaky. Somebody isn't sure about Moneybag Yo right now. Right? Somebody isn't sure. Somebody is cutting. Somebody is not sure. Now, this is something that I want to say. I should say this every video. But I'm pretty sure all of the movers and shakers in Memphis know each other. So everybody knows somebody else and probably has done business with them before. So Key Glock needs to come out and explain why all of these people that he did business with before is on the other side of this conversation, on the other side of the street involving the Young Dolph matter. Also, I want to add, Key Glock isn't Young Dolph's blood, for everybody that might think that. I believe Key Glock is related to Young Dolph through marriage. Key Glock might be Mia's cousin or some shit like that. Key Glock is not blood to Young Dolph, for everybody that don't know. That's not his blood. I don't know how y'all feel about that. Guys, I got people who are in my blood that I love to death. Key Glock is not his blood. Copy? So however you want to deal with that, however you feel about that. Because we keep saying that's his cousin. But with this new information, I think we need to delineate the difference between somebody being raised with someone and someone being married into a family. There's a difference, right? I'm just saying. So let's put up a poll. I want to know what y'all guys think. Oh shit, I hate when I press that button by accident. I gotta look. I be trying to think of a good way to, should say lineage. I don't even want to say blood. Yeah, I want to know. Do you think any different of Key Glock? I'm just curious. I don't know if I should. I'm not saying that the dude is involved. I'm saying that there are a lot of rumblings because a lot of individuals that seem to be have connections to him seem to be involved in the situation. First we heard Straight Drop. Now we're hearing about this TZ dude, CEO TZ. Apparently, he's allegedly has some kind of connection with Key Glock. And there's another dude also that being niggas that was in Key Glock's like videos and stuff like that that has a connection to him. So I want to say this. I'm not saying Key Glock has anything to do with it, but always be mindful of the niggas that hang out around niggas that hate you. You understand what I'm saying? Like, they might really fuck with you. Like, Can we stop and talk about this Pop Smoke update real quick? I want to put the Pop Smoke update right now. We got a Pop Smoke update, and then we're going to come back to this. I want to put the Pop Smoke update right now. Listen, pay attention. The night that Pop Smoke died, there was a lady that was there. She wasn't with Pop Smoke and them. She was a model, is what I'm going to call her. And basically, she's one of the women that, you know, you come to the city, you know, she hangs out with the rappers and stuff like that. So she was hanging out with Pop Smoke while Pop Smoke was in LA. She was there when he was killed. She recently came out and gave a 100% different depiction of what actually happened that night other than what we were told. One of the things that she said was, and I had a conversation with Pop Smoke's actual blood brother. He hit me up. He was like, yo, that dude that was with Pop Smoke that night, that was not his brother. That dude is just, you know, one of the bros. Shout out to Black Cuddy. Salute to the Black Spades. And the reason why that's important is, I'm getting back to the Young Dolph, but there's a reason why I'm saying this. The reason why that's important is, she kind of alludes to the fact that that nigga that was actually there with her saying that he was his brother actually might have had something to do with Pop Smoke getting killed. I'll make a video on that. That's a whole nother conversation. But she said he might have actually had something to do with Pop Smoke being killed. So I'm saying this. Sometimes niggas is not lining you up. Sometimes they are. But sometimes niggas ain't lining you up. Sometimes niggas is just making you accessible for the niggas that want to line you up. You understand what I'm saying? So you got to be mindful of who you dealing with. You understand what I'm saying? Sometimes niggas really mean the best for you. They really want you to win. They want all of the best things to happen for you. But what happens is, they busy got people in their circle that they're doing things that they don't even know about in order to... So that happens. So I just wanted to say that. So I'm not saying Key Glock has involvement. But what I'm saying is, Key Glock has a lot of association to people that they saying might be involved. How do you feel about that? How do you feel about that? Because I keep hearing Key Glock is his cousin, Key Glock is his cousin, Key Glock is his cousin. But they in two different age brackets. They might not be cousins like that. That's all I'm saying. And then I hear they're not cousins by blood. They're actually cousins by marriage. And then I'm hearing the whole reason why they even got close in the first place was because Key Glock was a rapper. It's not like they were organically close. And then, oh, you rap also, let's do this thing. I'm going to tell y'all real quick, I had a cousin. I swear I wish I could get in contact with him right now. His name is Timber. I would love for him to be my manager. He would be incredible at it. His name is Timber. I got to go try to contact him. Timber. He would be incredible at it. That's a guy I should get to be my manager. He's just incredible at the damn job. Anyway, I'm going to try to contact him. I need to see if I can get in contact with him. Anyway, I forgot what I was telling you the damn story because I just had like so many different thoughts right now when I remember my cousin Timber. Anyway, he's just an excellent guy. He's, as far as managerial stuff, we have a difference of an opinion on a lot of shit. But as a manager, he's built for this shit. He's built for this shit. He always gave me Puff Daddy hustle vibes, not for nothing. I forgot what I was about to tell you. I was about to really tell you something. Hold on. I really was about to tell you something. Yeah, so he's not a cousin that he, you know, came out the sandbox with. He's a cousin that he met later in life. And he might not even be blood. So it's however you want to deal with it. I don't know. I was about to tell y'all something, but I thought about my cousin Timber, and I was like, now I'm thinking to myself, like, I should have contacted this nigga like 3 years ago. We wasn't talking because we almost had a record deal in the 90s, and some weirdo shit happened, and the record deal fell through, and we haven't really been talking since. So we haven't really talked in a lot of years. We had a record deal that fell through. And a lot of people blamed him, and I was too young at that time to really understand what was going on, and he might have actually saved us. Not for nothing. You out there and you hustling, you grinding, you think you want every win. You don't really want every win. I didn't. You don't want every win. I think sometimes I personally think and take that into consideration sometimes. So I personally might shy away from places where I might actually win, because I do have the understanding that you do not want every win. Some wins are losses, man. Some losses are wins. Don't let nobody lie to you. With that being said, let's get back on track. Um, let's look at this thing right here. Says a lot of people says no, it doesn't matter. But I get it why a lot of people think that don't matter, because like I said before, I got some people that are not blood relatives to me, but I love them more than people who are actually blood. I like I don't I just love them. You understand what I'm saying? Like, these are just really good people, and I'm a extremely complicated individual. Like, I'm really complicated. I'm not simple. I'm extremely complex, and I understand that. And a lot of these individuals understand the complexities of me, so I don't have no choice but to love them, to be honest with you. I'm a really complex and layered individual. Um, the the only way I could put it is, if you see me doing something and you think you know what I'm doing, you're probably wrong. Just to be honest with you, I just have my own. Everybody's individual. Anyway, I want to say something real quick. So I was in the supermarket the other day, and some shit happened, right? So I'm like, what the fuck, yo? And I'm like, and I'm not angry, I'm frustrated. I think that we need to be able to start understanding the difference between anger and frustration, because I think often when we see people get frustrated, we assume that they're getting angry. And I think that what happens is you have people, especially narcissists. That's why I be really mindful about when I see how people treat, people other than me, because people might treat you great, but they might be dicks, and they might not have that same energy towards somebody that they might not need something from. So I'm in the store and I'm pissed. I'm not really pissed. I'm frustrated. And I'm not frustrated that the lady charged me wrong. I'm frustrated that she was so cavalier about it. I understand mistakes. Mistakes happen. I make mistakes all day. But she was just so cavalier about it. It gave the air of, I know I fucked up, but that was but it don't affect me, so I don't care. But yeah, I know I did it. I fucked up, but it don't affect me, so I don't care. Like, I got that energy. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, shout out to her. I hope everything the best for her. I'm not mad at her, nothing like that. I was just really frustrated at the situation. But I can understand how it could have came off as anger. But we got to understand the difference between frustration and anger. A lot of times, especially that happens with children, our children will get frustrated. And people see them and be like, you know, you'll see your kid get frustrated, and you might give your kid a whooping because they're frustrated. Um, and people do that. They whoop their kid because their kid is frustrated, and because of their lack of emotional depth, or their kid just might be more emotionally in tune than they are. Maybe naturally, maybe it was a God gift given, and what happens instead of understanding the kid is then raised with misunderstanding, you know? So remember, we're always shaping our perception of our adult that our child is going to grow into. We're shaping that while they're children. So we need to keep that in mind. You understand what I'm saying? Frustration could often look like anger. Just like frustration could also look like sadness. Frustration could take the appearance of many different things, because depending on what you do or how you emote is depending on how that situation is affecting you. You understand what I'm saying? So, anyway, with that being said, I just want to say that I felt bad. I was really frustrated. She did her job bad, though. I think she did her job bad on purpose. But I could be wrong. With that being said, but that is the truth, though. Be mindful that you are, your kids, they're not angry at you most of the time. They're frustrated. And stop beating your kids or yelling at your kids or punishing your kids because your kid is coming to a situation that they emotionally don't know how to process. Because we always have to remember that we're raising them to be an adult. So you can't just whoop your kids. You just can't scream at your kids. You just can't get mad at your kids. You as a parent should be attempting to at least try to understand your children. Because when you understand your children and you're a good person, then you're going to try to bring the best out of them. So we should be trying to bring the best out of not just our children, but just our friends, just the people that we come into contact with. Let's try to encourage. Encouraging is always better. Anyway, what we got? Damn, only got 42 minutes. That's it. All right. What else we talking about? Let's get back to the Young Dolph shit. I want to say something. This is what I mean by I think that the police in Memphis have been playing with all of you niggas. They've been playing with niggas this whole time. Listen, I've been telling you they've been putting out fake information. I've been telling you for how many years have I been telling you on this channel that the police will let a nigga go just so they can follow him and see what the fuck he's gonna do. When they let Shondell Barnett go, what do you think they did? You think that was a mistake? You think that was a mistake? You know why they let Shondell Barnett go? For the number one reason that I told y'all. They have been holding people, pardon me, they have been waiting to arrest certain people. Because by arresting certain people, you let other people know that you're on to them. That's why they let Shondell Barnett go and say, well, you know, we don't really know why he's a part of this. You get it? Nah, he's not. He was helping after the fact. You don't think they already knew he was a part of this whole fucking thing? I'm telling you they did. Also, there's about 4 people they are now saying could possibly have been 2 people that jumped out of the car and jumped out of the car to the front of the fucking building. There's 4 people they saying could possibly have been. Also, did you not know JoJo Splat is free again? Shout out to James S. He says, all you see is smoking feet. He says, salute. Also, JoJo Splat is free again. You want to know why JoJo Splat is free? I'll tell you right now why JoJo Splat is free. Because they're following him. I was gonna say 2 different words at the same time twice. Y'all seen that, right? I was gonna say splat and free at the same time, both times. Y'all don't understand. I'll be thinking like 3 anyway. So, both times I was gonna say both of those shits splat and free at the same time. I was gonna do that shit twice. Listen, pay attention. Listen, pay attention. They let JoJo Splat free to see where he was gonna run. Anybody here watches Snowpiercer the TV show? Okay, I don't know who watches Snowpiercer the TV show. I've seen it a while back. So anyway, it's good, by the way. Anyway, so they got it on I think Netflix or HBO or some shit. I don't know what they got it on. I think it's Netflix. I don't know what they got it on. They got it on something. Listen, pay attention. On Snowpiercer, look what happens. This lady, she gets caught somewhere where there's no food. She's like, I'm gonna die. There's nothing to eat. She keeps like, yo, there's something around here. Like her food, a little bit of food that she did have was coming up missing, shit like that. Come to tell, there's a rat. A literal rat. You know what she did? Okay. Spoiler alert. You should have knew this shit already. Should have watched the show. You know what she did? She set a trap. She caught the rat and then she put paint on the bottom of the rat's feet and let the rat go. You know what the rat did? The rat ran back to all the other fucking rats. This is not rocket science. This is not rocket science. It really isn't. There's a reason why I keep telling y'all what these niggas is gonna do before they do it. Because this is not rocket science. I am always so surprised when I say a thing and people come into the comment section just to say the opposite. That's why I assume niggas is just haters. Because I be feeling like I'm saying shit that's common sense. And then it happens. So I keep saying shit that actually happens. I'm not trying to pat myself on the back. I'm just saying I need to point that shit out because I'm too often I say some shit that's right, and in the whole entire time I'm saying the shit, I got people saying I'm wrong. But listen, they let JoJo Splat go. How? They let Shondell Barnett go. How? They let CEO Bobby go. Remember when they let him go when they first arrested him? They let him go and then they arrested the Chop Shop? How? How would they even make it? These cannot be mistakes. You think all of that bad information is out there by accident? No. We don't know what the truth is because the police is purposely putting out misleading information. That's why I just report on everything. We can't know what the truth is. The police themselves are giving misleading information to the Associated Press. They're going to the news, the local news, and they're giving conflicting reports to the actual local news. How could YouTube niggas know? The fact that I have been as accurate as I have about this, about when I'm not fucking around, when I'm talking about, when I'm giving my prognostications. I'm not talking about when I'm talking about what niggas on their channel was talking about. When I'm giving my wait, something's missing. When I'm giving my prognostications, I'm not at the point at the frost. I said, yo, there's no frost up there. When I'm giving my prognostications, I usually spot the motherfucker on. And what did I keep telling y'all they gonna do? That's why I keep telling y'all. When the police got some nigga and they let that nigga go, y'all keep being like, y'all keep believing the whole, oh man, he beat the case. No, nigga. If he's not talking enough, or if he's saying shit that they can't use, or if he's not saying nothing but they know he's involved, they're gonna let the nigga go and they're gonna follow him. I've been telling y'all this for years. So what did they do? They let Shondell Barnett go. That was not an accident. Now they're saying he could possibly be one of the shooters. How did they go from letting him go to him possibly being one of the shooters? I'm going to explain something to y'all. You want to know what the police do when they have evidence? I'm going to tell y'all something else they do. I can't tell you. Let's say they have a person on the inside who's still working on the inside giving them information, right? But they don't have no way to display the information because if they just come out with the information, they might give up their mole. So you know what they do? They arrest niggas and then they ask the niggas about shit, leading them in that direction. Then when them niggas say the thing, then now they can go arrest this nigga, arrest that nigga. Because they already wanted to arrest them. They already knew that they had something to do with the situation. They already knew their involvement. The only problem was when we show up to court, we can't explain how we arrested this person without now giving up the nigga that we got under deep cover. So, when I tell you they were just waiting for these dudes to get in a lawyer, do you understand? Do you understand? They were just waiting for them to get a lawyer. I told y'all this before. As soon as these dudes get lawyers, then you're going to be like a week. People going to start getting arrested. They didn't even wait a week. My actual words were, it's going to be about a week or two. You're going to start seeing people get arrested. They didn't even wait a week. So that's why I'm saying, don't go too hard on the niggas that's snitching. They don't need these niggas to snitch. All they need these niggas to do is not want to get the death penalty. That's it. That's it. They're going to go coach them to what they're going to say so they can now go bust other niggas. All they got to do is not want them to go to get the death penalty. That's it. That's it. That's all they need. They just need these niggas to not want the death penalty. That's it. That's it. That's all. Keep telling you. That's why they needed these niggas to get a lawyer. Now that they got a lawyer, now the DA could talk directly to his lawyer. His lawyer's going to do all the talking. His lawyer's going to line everything up. Boom. Okay, so they're saying this is what they got for you. They're saying they have a da-da-da. They got information about, do you know anything about this? Okay, so they're saying that if you got information about this, if you got information about that, all of this is going to work in you need a 5K1 letter. Okay, you need a 5K1 letter. At this point, if you get convicted for these charges, and we're not going to win in court, y'all were all over the internet saying that you did the crime. Literally, you cannot win in court. You can't. So what are you going to give up? If you want me to fight it, I'm going to fight it for you. You're my client. I'm here to do what you want me to do. But if we go into that court to fight this, you're literally on the internet. You and your compadres confirming that your involvement in being a part of this. It's impossible for us to get a not guilty verdict. See, that's what these dudes did. It's impossible. Do y'all want to understand why they trying these? Why they haven't had added everybody to a RICO yet? Anybody? I don't know if anybody gets this yet. Y'all do understand why they haven't added everybody yet, and why they are currently right now trying Cornelius Smith and Straight Dolph separately, right? Y'all do understand why they're going through all of these court proceedings without there being a RICO, right? You do understand this, right? I don't know if anybody understands this. They're going to try most of these guys separately until they could get the RICO. If they could get the RICO, they're going to smash them into a RICO. But they're going to leave these guys separately for the time being. Y'all do know why, right? They might, the next dudes, they might also use that they'll try them separately also. You do understand this, right? Okay, so this is the conundrum. This is the problem, the only problem that the government faces that they have to get sorted out, and why they can't actually add these two to the charge with everybody else. And this is the way that they make it work in their favor. Listen, if you charge 6 niggas together, you can't say all 6 of those niggas was the 2 niggas that ran up on the building. Only 2 niggas could have did it. If you got 6 people on the same exact, with the same jury, you can't do that. But if you got 3 separate juries for 3 separate groups of tools, then you could argue to each one of those individual groups that those 2 guys were the shooters, those 2 guys were the shooters, or those 2 guys were the shooters. I believe that this is the tactic that they're using against these niggas. Shout out to the Art of D Glass, behind the scenes while they're talking to them. Well, we can't tell 100% who the shooter was. The jury's not going to be able to tell either, but the jury does have what we do have, the social media posts of you bragging that you were a part of it. So we don't have to prove that you was the shooter. We're trying 2 people. We have your own words. We have you saying you did a thing. We have you saying you was a part of a thing. We don't need to prove who was under the mask. You did all the work for us. Also, we're seeking the death penalty. And if you lose in court, which you're gonna lose 100% of the time, because we have you saying you did it. If you lose in court, we're just gonna kill you. Also, so you can do what you want to do, but one of them people are gonna talk. Maybe 2 people talk, maybe 3, maybe you the only one that don't talk. Think about that. Maybe everyone talks except for you. You're the only one that don't talk. Because the rest of them is saying they don't want to go, they don't want to get put to death. They don't want the lethal injection. They don't want the gas chamber, however they do it nowadays. They don't want to listen, they don't want to watch 20 hours of Benny Hill. I'm supposing you do that shit, you're definitely gonna laugh to death. Yeah, I love you. Anybody remember Benny Hill? Anybody remember Benny Hill? That shit used to be funny as shit. I ain't gonna lie to you. Old ass man chasing around them young ass nice perky tits all the time. Real quick. So big boobs is great, but I like them little perky tits. Really a lot. Them perky ones, okay in my book. It don't gotta be, it could be a nice little C cup and we winning. It don't gotta be a fucking triple Z. I don't know what the biggest size is. You don't have to have 2 wheelbarrows you pushing around like this, one for each breast. Nice little perky tits is fines. Anyway. What was I talking about? Yeah, I just love Benny Hill. Yeah, so they're putting these dudes to death. They're not playing with these fools. Shout out to Prince to Amir putting the cash app in the chat. Let's get 5 to 10 $10 drops to the cash app, red bastards. We having a pretty good show this morning. That's what's on the docket. Key Glock has linked to person of interest in Young Dolph case. We also talked about Key Glock, pardon me, Benny the Butcher, Pop Smoke. And we open with Jim Jones, actually. I want to shout Jim Jones out one more time while I'm going to shout Jim Jones out again and bring that back. I think that he's doing this the right way. He did not go meet with the politicians. Once again, don't go meet with politicians and promising them things that you can't bring. If you go meet a politician and you promise them something, you have to be able to do the thing that you're promising them. And so he went to go meet with the mayor, and they're talking about drill music and the killing in the street. And I want to explain something. What they needed was they need to have their own politician there, some kind of activist of some kind. This is just my belief. I could be wrong. And the way that you need to have that whole conversation is that, yes, we have people that do drill music, but they're not necessarily artists. Those are just gang niggas. They're doing drill. We have no control over their gang activity. That has something to do with something else. Actual drill music, that is not a part of that gang life. Gang life is now trying to incorporate drill music, or we're trying to take drill music in a different direction. We know what its roots are. We know where it comes from. Like, these are the type of conversations that they need to be having. but with the understanding that there's a group of people that we can't stop them from making these songs where they're talking about killing one another. Because if you go speak with that mayor and you say that you're going to try to hash out this problem or fix the problem, you have to be able to have some kind of influence in the streets where the killing is going to go down. And I think that that's a problem. I think the way that Jim Jones handled it is a win. Jim Jones said that somebody came out and said that Jim Jones is making an album with Chicago, New York, and UK drill rappers. And in my belief, if he's gonna make this album and it's gonna be not about actual killing people, I think that's gonna be a win, and it can show people that drill music, and that's a boss move right there. Like that's a king move right there. Like that's the shit bosses do, kings do. So shout out to Capo. Gotta definitely appreciate somebody trying to do something other than say, well, how we gonna get out the hood if we can't talk about killing one another? Because that just sounds retarded. That just sounds retarded. Don't that sound retarded? Like imagine that, because that's basically what motherfuckers are saying. Shout out to Claire Squid with the $5 drop. She says, paying my toll. Who's next? Shout out to Claire Squid. Claire Squid is like, yo, Jack is killing it this morning. Let's see it. Let's try this one more time. Who's next, you rat bastards? She said paying toll. I like that. What did the five fingers say to the face? Hold on, listen. Who's next? For real, for real. So I think that that's a good way. Jim going that way is the way to go, because then you're not actually. Yeah, Beatz are gonna be crazy. Because then you're not actually promising anything to any politician. You understand what I'm saying? Like you got to come through when you promise something to a politician. You got to come through. And it's the New York City is too big, and even gangs have sets inside of the sets inside of the sets. You understand what I'm saying? So if somebody can come together and actually say, yo, look, this killing really need to stop, and the killing actually does stop, that's political power. So I mean, we could have a conversation about social politics. I don't know. I don't think that'll be mostly. I care about having a conversation about that, so I'm gonna leave that alone. But yeah, I think that that's the way to go. Shout out to Jim. Everybody that went and spoke to the mayor, I'm not knocking them. I'm just saying that it would have behooved you. It would have been to your benefit if y'all would have had some kind of politician with y'all. And I'm also not trying to knock niggas, but this is literally my son's job. I'm not coming for him, but this is literally his job, my nigga. I know he says people can't tell him what to do and what not to do, but my nigga, this is literally your job. You can't go and be mad at niggas for snitching, but you not having even more energy for the niggas out here killing each other. Now let somebody snitch. My son is on the fucking. I'm not saying this to be a dick. I'm just saying this is a factual statement. Let somebody be a snitch. My son is gonna be the first nigga making a fucking post talking about how niggas don't have no fucking integrity. Tell me where I'm wrong. You know what I call not having integrity? When we just walking around the street killing each other for any old random reason. I call that a lack of integrity. Shout out to Shakar SP. Says BBN salute. Salute. I call that having a lack of integrity. So we just different. You know, we just different. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm not trying to drag homie or nothing like that, but these are just facts. Where he at? This is his literal job. So just so we could be clear, he'd rather talk about Takashi for 2 or 3 weeks straight and about how that dude's a waste, right? About how Takashi's a waste. About how Takashi this to 2 3 weeks straight. Academics this 2 3 weeks straight. We got bodies dropping in New York, homie. This is your job. This isn't even cap. This is literally his job. He's an advocate for black people. You should be advocating for us also when it's advocating for us against our own people. What up, Dave Brown? Salute to our fam over there across the pond. So I'm not dragging my son, but there's no way. So them niggas, them rappers were supposed to be there, but my son was supposed to be there with them. My son was supposed to be there with them and coach them on the way to move around these niggas, move around these politicians. All right? That's what he was supposed to do. He's supposed to coach him. That's why you show up with a nigga that know how to act, so they could coach you, so they could give you a little bit of pointers, a little bit of tips here, so they could tell you when to calm it down, tell you when to amp it up. You understand what I'm saying? So they could give you little cues because they know what your strengths is in the conversation because they done talked to you about this before. So they could let you know when to say your point, when it's the perfect time for you to smash it. So they could let you know when to calm down, let you know. So I don't know if my son has that skill set, just so we could be clear. I'm just assuming he does. But that's his job to be there and talk for those rappers. Talk for those rappers that's not here no more. Talk for those rappers that's locked up because they was stupid enough to kill a nigga. Talk for those rappers that's out here running from the police because they was stupid enough to kill a nigga. Talk for those rappers that's laid up in the hospital because they done got shot up, either by themselves or by some other people, or whatever the motherfucking he's supposed to be here talking for them. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong. Shout out to him though, because I do appreciate what they're doing. But I would much rather have him in the streets of New York talking about how we're going to stop the violence or figure out some way around the violence or something. Because if you're not doing that, then you're basically saying you're only here to argue and complain at white people. That's your only job. Argue and complain at white people. Oh, and DJ Academics and Takashi. That's your job. Shout out to that. You're making a good living off of it, and I'm not mad at you. And you know I don't count pockets, so that's not me being sarcastic. That's just me saying I wish your job was to advocate for black people. Because if it was, then in this particular case, you would at least be out here doing something. Just something. I don't even care what it is. I don't even care if it works. Just something. Shout out to that shit. I drag him a lot. And that's why the few times that I actually spoke to him, I try to say complimentary things. Because I drag him a lot. I wish more times we brought my son up, I could be bigging him up, to be honest with you. But he drops the ball more than he's catching it. I don't know what your term we're gonna use, whether it's catching it or whether it's dribbling it or shooting it or whatever the fuck, or making it. I don't know what the fuck. Anyway, we are an hour into the show. What else we talking about? Put it in the chat. But shout out to Jim making that album. Shout out to Mano showing up, trying to, there's a problem. Shout out to Fabio Foreign showing up. There's a problem. But I do want to mention, I think Fabio Foreign rubbed somebody the wrong way. Fabio Foreign shows up, has a meeting with the mayor, and then a couple of days later, a whole bunch of people in Wu get picked up for fraud. We got actual murders out here on the street. They picked up a whole bunch of people from Wu, the Wu gang in Brooklyn, for fraud. We got actual murders out here that need solving. They picked up some niggas that they already had, that they could have picked up at any time, that they could have picked up 2 weeks ago, that they could pick up 2 weeks from now. They picked them up right after he went and had a meeting with the mayor. That leads me to believe that he rubbed the mayor wrong. I could be wrong. That leads me to believe that if he would have had an advocate there with him, somebody that maybe because he said some things that was the right thing to say. Don't get this confused. But I saw a conversation he had on the outside when he spoke to the press. And he basically was really adamant that drill music is not the reason why these kids are dying. And I think that all of these rappers, while saying this, needs to also temper that with why the kids are dying. You can't say that they're not dying because of drill music, but you're not going to say why they're dying. You understand? You can't say that. You have to give them something. You have to give a politician something. That might be why he actually had the meeting with them, not for nothing. He might have had the meeting with them specifically to have a talk with them to see if they can give him something. You know, something to say other than rap music or drill music is killing the kids. That might be why he had the meeting with them. So you don't never know. These politicians is crafty. In the future, I'm gonna figure very soon that if there's a couple of more deaths out here, especially it's February 21st. Let's say we have two more shootings or two more problems with gangs before the end of the month. I promise you, they're gonna start banning performances. I promise you, they're gonna start banning strip clubs, everything. I promise you, they're gonna cut all of these niggas' money. I promise you. And then from the banning of the strip clubs and the banning of the performances and the banning of that, then they're gonna move up. And I promise you, that's what they told the rappers. I promise you, they told the rappers that. I promise you. And the rappers know they can't stop the kids from shooting each other. That's not gonna happen. You're not gonna be able to stop the kids from shooting each other, man. It's not gonna happen. The kids have to decide to stop shooting each other themselves. And you talking about people that only live 14, 15 years of their life. What the fuck do they know? Talking about people that only been alive for 17 years. What in the fuck do they know? I know they think they know everything, but what do they really know? You've only been alive for 17 years. What could you possibly know? You want to know the wildest thing? When I was 17, I actually had that. I thought like that. I'm only 17 years old. What the fuck do I know? I'm so serious. The only reason why I'm not gonna say intelligent, but the only reason why I have a lot of the information I have is because I went through most of my life thinking, I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing. Like, even if I know, I don't really know. Maybe you know better than me. That's how I went through most of my life. People be thinking, no, I did not go through most of my life as no fucking know-it-all. I'm not a know-it-all now. It's just that when you've seen, when you understand that there's different perspectives other than the one in which you actually have, your mind opens different. That's all I'm saying. So a lot of times my mind just opens different to a lot of these conversations because of my perception or my position of my understanding of perception. It just might be different. Your understanding of perception might be different than that person's understanding. Right? Boom. Damn. What else we talking about? Put it in the chat. I didn't say this is the part of the show where we just start talking about random things, right? This is the part of the show where we talk about random things. Put it in the chat. If anybody is getting kicked, just come back. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, I stopped asking people to hit the like button. Hit the like button. You gonna hit the like button. You can hit the like button. Ain't shit I can do about it. Probably not gonna hit the like button. Hold on. What else y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. Snowpiercer's a dope show. Yeah, no, Snowpiercer's dope. I like dystopian futures. I like dystopian futures. I like shit where it takes imagination and creativity. I just I don't watch a lot of the black television because not now, but in the 80s. And okay, so I'm gonna explain something real quick and then we're gonna get back to the conversation. But in the 70s and the 80s, they used black television to manipulate our minds. Think Different Strokes, think the Jeffersons, think they also the same person actually I believe created those shows. They used those shows to manipulate our minds. So when I realized that in the 90s, in the early late 80s, early 90s, that's when you started seeing black shows come on that was doing the counter, that was doing the opposite. And what they were doing was they was like shows like the Cosby Show. If you notice shows like the Cosby Show, Martin, A Different World, they always had like black colleges. Like they were really promoting HBCUs and shit like that, and promoting intelligence and going to school and getting smart and getting brighter and doing what you're supposed to do in life and shit like that, right? Living single, shows like that, right? So after that happened, there was a period during the mid 90s to the early 2000s where they went directly in the opposite direction, and they started promoting a lot of things on these black television shows that I just don't subscribe to. So I just don't watch as much black television for that reason. The last black show I tried to watch, and watch this is gonna be funny, was Empire. So I was choosing between Empire and Power. I wish I would have chose Power. And so I was choosing between Empire and Power. And quite honestly, the only reason why I chose Empire was because Howard, the dude that's in it, was in Iron Man 1, and because he was in that other jump off that was really, really good where he was the rapper. So I said, all right, I'm gonna choose this because he's a good actor, whatever the case is. And then I started watching it, and I saw the two dudes kiss, and I said, this shit is not for me though. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm not mad. I'm not homophobic. I have no fear of being gay myself, and I don't really care what gay people do. But me watching a program where there's two dudes constantly kissing, or even two women constantly kissing, like, that's not a program for me. You understand what I'm saying? So I was like, that's not for me. I'm done. So I really haven't watched any black shows since Empire. This is a whole bona fide 100% fact. But it has it because it just it's not for me. You know what I'm saying? It's just not for me. But I know, and it got canceled apparently, so it wasn't for a lot of people. Just so we could be clear, it wasn't for a lot of people. I think whenever you cater to any demographic, you create problems. There's a cartoon called Scooby Doo, right? There's a Scooby Doo cartoon. I forget which one it is. I just seen it recently. So, big Scooby Doo fan. So I just seen it recently, right? And apparently now they're passing Velma off as gay, but they don't say she's gay. There's just this girl called Hot Dog Water that she now hangs out with all the time. And then there's this one particular scene where she gets a telephone call and she gotta leave, and Hot Dog Water say, "Hey, that's my girl. Like, that's my girl. Like that. Go get." But what she's really saying. So adults get that, but kids don't get that. And so now I can enjoy that. Okay, Velma's gay. I'm fine with that. I don't have a problem with that. But you know, what the fuck if they had her kissing the damn girl every 5 minutes? I'd be like, why is this in a cartoon? You understand what I'm saying? If that makes sense. So shout out to that shit. Also go check out that Scooby Doo. If y'all want to know which Scooby Doo it is, I'll actually find out and tell y'all later tonight. Um nah, so yeah, so I don't really watch black television shows that much. Um I'm understanding of the manipulation that happens inside there. Just so just, not all black people, like, you could be a smart black, like, why all smart black people either has to be evil or have no social skills. Like, they don't do that for other races of people. Other races of people, like, they have those tropes also, but they also have the trope where the motherfucker he's suave and he's intelligent. Like black people, whenever they're intelligent, they either super evil or they got bad social skills. But the white guy could be a Neo, because everybody forgets Neo is super intelligent. Neo was a computer programmer type nigga. Like, you understand what I'm saying? They get the Neos of the world. Like, why do we get who we get? You understand what I'm saying? If that makes sense, think about that for one moment. If you think about that, James Bond, another super intelligent, just think about that. Think about the guys we get. Who's our heroes? Black Dynamite. They need to make a new Black Dynamite. He's a tough motherfucker, but he ain't super smart. They need to make another Black Dynamite movie, by the way. I'm so upset they only made one of those. They had the cartoon. The cartoon was pretty good. I'm so upset they only made one Black Dynamite movie, though. Yeah, this is the part of the show where we just ramble on and talk about stuff. If y'all could put it in the chat, I'll respond. I'm thinking about that shit. That shit is funny. But Snowpiercer, dystopian future. I love dystopian futures. I like when you get the opportunity to use your imagination and create something that doesn't necessarily exist, but it's possible that it can exist because you're using the boundaries of actual limitations of physics and science. So when you're doing that, I think that that's incredible. When people are just making up wild things out of this clear air and they don't have any type of real rational, real application to it, I don't really like it. Like, I got a book online. Hold on. Let me go check this shit out real quick. I'm gonna show you something. I got a book online. Right. Hold on. I'm gonna go look for it real quick. I don't know. Name of it is Quarried. Hold on. Let me pull my screen out real quick. I'm gonna show you something. So I got a book online. Oh no, not Quarried. Not Quarried. It's called the Algorithm Project, right? How the fuck I forget how to spell algorithm. What the fuck? What's that? Why is it? Because I talk how I fucking speak. Algorithm Project. Kindle. Should I put Kindle or should I put Amazon? Amazon. Alright, so I'm gonna show you something real quick. So this is what I mean. So I didn't put the whole thing online. I might have to I think I lost. This is retrograde. This is it right here. Boom. Alright, so I wrote a book. It's a couple of pieces of it, right? That's me right there, Sean Seabrooks. That's why I keep trying to tell people I've been involved in social media for a long time. I wrote it, as you can see. I published this one on May 4th, 2014. So this particular jump off is about a government agency, and they got private agencies, and the government agencies is ran by a private agency and vice versa. In this America, there's an agency that's run by the highest of government officials. The agency has been around since the creation of America. Benjamin Franklin, George Washington, Thomas Edison never even knew of its existence. It was formed by patriots with one design in mind: control of civilization and running the world in the shadows. For the last 100 years, they have been involved in genetic tampering. This inspiration was originally comprised from the idea of an alien invasion. Now its continued application is to shape the world events. The organization modified the genetic makeup of embryos in an attempt to create a superhuman. Every 20 or 30 years, they create someone they think have the potential to be superhuman. These individuals are called prototypes by the organization. The others are called projects. Each project has different abilities. While they raise the projects from childhood to adulthood, they help them to cultivate their abilities and categorize their field of use. This prototype has the ability to calculate probabilities faster than any supercomputer that currently exists. It is believed he can tell the future. When the projects reach the age of 10, they are given a label of their talents. When he was freed by some individual in the organization, he named himself Mason. But to them, he's always going to be the Algorithm Project. The events of this story deals with the war that takes place overseas in Africa. So I have a whole entire. Well, this is just one chapter of it. It would be dope if somebody read the chapter and tell me what y'all think about it, not for nothing. You could just, it only costs $1. It costs 99 cents. It'd be dope if somebody could go read this and tell me what they think about it. But basically, I created a whole entire universe where individuals I just gave an incredibly dope explanation for mutants. Basically, I gave an incredibly dope explanation for how mutants could have actually existed in the Marvel universe. Too bad those guys I never got in contact with those guys. And in the actual book, when the explanation is given, it's just incredible. It's the explanation for why it would have been an incredible explanation for why mutants exist in the Marvel universe. That's what I'm saying. But I'm pretty sure they can have a better reason than I have. But it would be an incredible reason, and also it would have been able to supplant mutants even before all the events of even the first Marvel movie. It would have been able to say mutants have always existed. Boom. And I wrote that in 2014. So if anybody tried to say I stole from anybody that's made anything after that, obviously you're lying. I actually wrote that in like 2013, 2012, and then I started publishing it in 2014. And there's a couple of different chapters. You could go check it out if anybody want to go check it. That's 99 cents. You can tell me what you think about it. I actually got a lot of money over there. I gotta go and connect that account. I gotta connect that account to my back to my debit card, I believe. Back to my bank account, pardon me. I gotta connect that account back to my bank account, I believe. I think they do got some bucks over there for me. I be still making sales over there. I just don't be telling nobody about it. I still be making sales over there on Amazon. Oh, while we over there, real quick, I got a couple of other jump offs over there on Amazon also. Hold on, just if anybody is interested. And they're cheap. It's like 99 cents to like read a whole chapter. So, you know, if anybody gained any interest in any of these things or wanted to ask me anything about anything, then I'll be able to do it. Here go another one that's Quarried. As you can see, I released it on June 1st, 2014. These are just different things that I've been releasing. I want to get back to writing. This is not me, by the way. Or this up here is me. I want to get back to maybe writing a little bit more. Get back to writing. This is just something that really, really touched me. It's something I really enjoy. Pac reevaluates his business model. There's a body found in the city that required Dorshai's attention, and we get a glimpse back into the ground of the main character. Can I just look at the shit? Because am I in my account? I'm in my account, right? Is this the account that it's attached to? I can't remember. I can send myself a free sample. I'll do it, but not right now. And maybe I send myself and I read one of these to y'all, and y'all can see what it's doing. I can see if y'all be interested in it. But it only costs $2.99. As you can see, look, boom. I just want to just point that out. Look what it says on the top of the jump off. Bestseller. I just want to point that out. Sean Seabrooks, that's me. Everybody know that's me. I wrote something, and on here it says bestseller. I'm just saying, y'all should go check it out. How long is it? 11 pages for $3. It's worth it. Yep, bestseller. Let's go. Keep trying to tell y'all niggas be trying to like shit on me and shit. I got more. I got a couple of talents. I got a couple of talents. I got a couple of talents. A few. I got a few talents. I got a few. I'm gonna see something real quick. I got a few talents. A few. I want to show something real quick. I just want to show something real quick. Because I saw where it said bestseller, and I know somebody is gonna try to front and be like, "Yo, they just say bestseller for everybody." And nigga Jack is capping. Right? Hold on. Nigga Jack is capping. They say bestseller for everybody, right? Oh, let me show you something. This is somebody else's page. As you can see, no bestseller. This is somebody else's page. As you can see, it does not say bestseller. Boom. Just randomly go look at somebody else's page. I don't know. Let's just scroll down. Randomly. Boom. Does not say bestseller. I just want to throw that out there. The niggas keep fronting on Jack. The niggas keep fronting on Jack. They keep listening to people talking about they made me, all this other shit. I've been killing the game for the longest. The worst thing I did was be friends with some of these motherfuckers. Worst thing I ever did. Just so we can be clear. And I got one more book. I might as well show y'all, right? What the fuck, yo? Look, this one don't even got bestseller on it. Told you. Oh, well, no, I do got bestseller. Boom. Trying to tell you, my shit is not bad. 160 pages. This book is a whole book for $5. 160 pages. Published 2014. Just trying to say. Hold on, man. You can stay hating on me. That's the type of shit I was producing when I was working on writing screenplays. So, one of the ways in which I was practicing on writing screenplays was writing books and putting them on internet. So y'all could go check my shit out. That's me, as you can see, Sean Seabooks. I don't got a cat. I don't got a cat. Also, I don't care if people know my name. Like, people, like, weird. Like, I don't care if people know my name. But I promise you, if you call me by my actual name, I'm not going to really just take you seriously. I'm going to be like, you must be the ops. Look, bestseller, my nigga. I ain't lying. My name right there, Sean Seabooks. Trying to tell you. I've done a lot of things in my life. I've been a lot of places. I've done a lot of things. I think I'm gonna let y'all go. I do got a couple of things that expect some videos today. Expect. I think today. I think what we're gonna start doing is expect the Key Glock, a Benny the Butcher, a Pop Smoke, and the Jim Jones video today. Those are the 4 things we got on the Glock on the docket. Expect videos for each one of those topics today. I'm gonna let y'all go. We're gonna let this computer cool down for about an hour, then we're gonna get back to work. I need to work on my habits. I need to be up more. I need to work on my habits more. Because I know around 2 o'clock I'm gonna need to take a nap. Because I'm an old man. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've been here for a little while. I need to take a nap some days. With that being said, look, I love y'all. Just go out there, be productive. Shout out to Clear Squid and Black Power Cross with the drops this morning. Definitely appreciate y'all. Hopefully I work real hard today and let's start letting the work speak for itself. I'm gonna try to get to this work. I'm gonna try to put out at least a minimum of 4 videos today. Do not contact me for promotion today. Maybe tomorrow. I'm gonna be too busy today. Maybe tomorrow. With that being said, I love y'all. Wait, if you want something on the Tonight Show tonight, contact me. If you just want me to put something on Instagram, don't. Yeah, definitely. Everybody have a blessed day. We're gonna get up out of here. We're gonna go let the computer cool off. We're gonna come down a little and then we're gonna get back to work and do some stuff. Y'all see what's on the docket. If you got anything, if you got anything that you think I should know on any one of these 3 topics, Key Glock, the Benny the Butcher situation, especially, just because I want to know more about that, Pop Smoke, or the Jim Jones situation, send it to my Instagram. If you got anything on that, send it to me. However you send whatever the fuck you send to me. With that being said, I'm gonna get up out of here. We're gonna go about our day. We're gonna go win, because today is about all of the wins. We're gonna go make sure that all of the rat basses that don't want us to win, is going to be crying as they watch all wins, because all wins. Well, that's God is the only thing that matters, but all wins is important. So we're gonna make sure that we collect all wins. With that being said, every day we're trying to do what the devil hates. Go out there and be great. I speak to y'all tonight.